Alright, I'm trying to put a voltage regulator on this thing, and I think this is going to work. Have to wash this out a little bit, get that flux out there. I got some flux I've been fluxing stuff with but let's see if this works. I'm trying to get the voltage down around 8 volts. I can't tell what numbers even on this voltage regulator, so I'm kind of guessing at that. But I think it's around a 9 volt voltage regulator, maybe a 12 volt, I don't know. Like I said, you can't see the numbers on it. But let's see what I got for his voltage on this thing. Surely this is going to work. I've done something similar to this before. Let's see, that's ground, so we'll test the voltage from there. Test the voltage from there. Power supply ain't on yet. Okay. Power supply is on, fan is running. I don't feel no excessive buildup of heat through that. Okay, the voltage is settling in as 14.72. And there it is. 8.43 volts to 42 volts on that fan. And I've determined through my little power supply how much volts is and I had Amy down here listing what part is low enough that you can't really hear it, but it's still running below good air. Let's check this. I just sorted me 2 thick pointers on this. It's the ground source. Yep. 8 volts. Well, that means I only got 6 more to do. But the bad problem is I only got 1 damn voltage regulator. I'm about to order more. And like I said, I don't know which one this is. You can't read the damn writing on it. I got a thing of voltage regulators, and that one there was in this pack, and you can't see the writing on it. So I don't hear no excessive noise coming off that. Gonna be enough cable. Barely. Barely enough cable. So I gotta remember that. Not cut these. I gotta cut them all the way up to the hole of the to get the ring. This is where it come off, and like I said, it's got 14 volts going to it, and I don't know in my previous video if it shows or not, but y'all determine whether this is too loud or not, because the good Lord didn't give me the ability to hear very well, but I'm pretty sure it slowed it down pretty good. Alright, listen to this one, and I can feel air running out, cold air coming out of it, so it's sufficient enough air at 8 volts. I try to resist in between it, lifting the ground, putting at about 50 ohms. It's getting the right voltage for it, but at 50, without the voltage regulator in it, with just that resistor in it, it's getting pretty hot, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to end up coming loose. I've had that to happen. And this is significantly hot. This is at 80 degrees, and I can cool that down even more. I'm pretty sure when this fan goes on it and that air goes blowing around it, that 80 degrees is going to go down. Yeah, she's already going down. It's getting to where you can barely even see it. So the fan's gonna help cool it down, but yeah, good deal. It's already at 78 degrees. That's actually room temperature in here probably. So that's a win. I'm just using that little board right there to solder them on, cut them down a little bit, but this one's a little bigger, but I don't want it to have trouble going down there. Hopefully this won't give any. These, we put these on fans on hell, 3 and 4 fans I've seen hooked up to one of these voltage regulators, and it was way bigger fans than these, but I've achieved my 8 volts. But let's go from this hear that? Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to listen to that, and now that's all I'm going to do is unhook the power from this one and hook it up to one of its brother units that's not been modified, and let you listen to the fan noise on it. Do I want to have to do this to these? Nope. I sure as hell don't. But if I have to, I will. To make sure it's done right. And try to. do everything as best I can. Alright, listen to this one. Even I can hear that one. Let's get the camera down here a little bit more. I know this camera picks up every freaking thing. But listen to the sound of this one. Cut it off. Turn it back on. Alright. Versus the one with the voltage regulator in it. The voltage cut down on the fan to 8 volts. Alright, this is going to be that one. And yeah, I could take the fan out of it. I have done it. I've done it right much. But, like I said, this is a new unit. It looks like everything's surface mount. The heat in it might be more. I don't know. I'm going to just do the best, like I said, the best I can. Alright, let's listen to the noise in this one. I don't hear anything, so I don't know. I'm going to download this video here in just a little bit, and I'm going to see what the difference is in it. That's the only way I can hear the difference, but I can definitely hear that one without the modification, and this is with the modification. So like I said, I found out the modification turned the voltage up on this too. I had one years ago that was kind of the same way as this one, but it wasn't surface mount. But I found out through trial and error, messing around inside of it, till I found out how to raise the voltage to it, to make the voltage go up to about anything I want. But it's got 16 volt caps on it, but I wanted around 15 volts. So by the time power was pulled to it, it drops down to 14.7. It's what a normal vehicle runs now. So you should have the same operation between your mobile and your base. So, but listen, if it's any noise there, I don't personally hear it. I can feel the temperature of this case is cool. I can feel wind coming out of this hole here. I can feel it on my skin, cool. I can feel cool wind blowing out of it, so that's a good thing. And like I said, I didn't step the voltage up to this because I don't know if that's going to make any noise in the transmit or receive or anything. I would like somebody else that's got better equipment than I do, maybe I'll modify one of these and send them out and see what they say about it, the way I modified it. But and that's all I can do. Like I said, I don't have the money to put into the test equipment to find out, but it's people like that do, and I'm pretty sure they'll be willing to help out. But there it is. That's the fan noise cut down, I think. At least I've done a voltage test on it, and that's what it shows. Alright, I'm going to leave it at this, do the video on it, and see what it comes up to be. But this is turned off. Turn it back on. Turn it back off. I found that kind of strange. Input 270 volts to that would be like 110, but I don't know where you get 170 volts at, but it's all the way good to 264 volts AC. Maybe in Europe, I don't know. I thought Europe was 240, 250 maybe, but not that. But I guess because here it's say 110, but you actually get 220, 225. At nighttime, my voltage here changes because the mills and everything down the road here is not running, and I actually got a 3-phase line running down, and I'd love to have that in my shop, but I can't afford to pay $700 some a month, whether you use it or not. And now, if my shop could put out, you know, money for, say, as you know, some kind of machining or something, or had somebody out there running the shop in it and bringing in decent amount of money, I could see paying that for it. But it's only a 30 by 40. It ain't quite big enough to put a lot of equipment in by the time you load it full of a couple coils. So, alright then. Later.